Henna is made from a shrub. People first started using it as hair dye and nail polish. Eventually it turned into henna tattoos. Henna tattoo artist Natasha Thomas is here to show us how to do a henna. Thanks for coming on the show today. I have to mention, Amanda's sitting here on a stool getting ready to get the tattoo
ready to
done.
get inked.
But first of all, what is henna? Explain that to us.
Well, like you mentioned, henna is a shrub. So it grows in the Middle East and in parts of India. There are 14 countries that have henna documented somewhere in their history. So it's a little shrub that grows maybe about like as high as this table here. And it has little tiny green leaves, and some of them have flowers, like little whitish, pinkish sort of flowers. And what happens is they harvest the leaves, so they pluck the leaves off of this little shrub, they dry them, and then you mix it with lemon juice and a couple other little essential oils and things, and you get this paste. It's sort of like toothpaste.
Sounds good enough to eat, but we're not going to eat it today. No. I'd like to ask you, what do you need to do henna? And I noticed you brought some things with you.
Yeah, I brought some stuff. So obviously the henna itself, ground up henna leaves and some lemon juice and sugar and all of those little essential oils. So I get mine pre-mixed. So this is something, we have a friend of the family from Malaysia that she just brings this back with her, and then she gives me the tubes. So it's already pre-mixed together. But in addition to that, I always like to have a little extra lemon juice and sugar to help it set a little more easily. And then afterwards, I have in a little vial here some olive oil that I put on that helps to sort of guard against if you're showering and stuff like that, and you want to keep it for a little while. That's good.
I'd like to show our viewers what a finished henna tattoo looks like before we start into on Amanda's new henna tattoo. But how long does this henna have to sit on your hand before it takes?
Yeah, this tattoo itself is about 4 days old, and so I did the ink. That art took about like maybe 45 minutes, and then the henna had to sit for 4 to 5 hours.
All right.
And so I have underneath my thumb here is a wrapped piece that's been sitting for about 4 to 5 hours, so you can see what happens.
It's not a boo-boo, it's actually...
It's not a boo-boo, it's actually,
Well, let's start drawing on Amanda here. So what are the steps first?
So the first thing that I'm going to do is make sure that I have a steady stream, because you never want to start drawing on somebody and then just squirt henna all over them. It won't set, but it just looks kind of gross. So I like to sort of on a little bit of, there you go, so on a little bit of toilet paper, because it's nice and clean, I have a little squirt there, so now I know I have a steady stream. And we were looking at art designs a little earlier, so she picked out this little Arabic flower that we're going to put on her. Arabic flowers are pretty common. In henna,
is there a standard henna design?
No, there are multiples. You can always have different designs that you like, but the Arabic flower is a really common one in parts of the Middle East, and so that Arabic part of the world, they'll use those Arabic flowers a lot. In some of the Indian henna, you'll see more designs that are a little bit more, not quite geometrical, but you'll see more like parallel lines, and sort of that really intricate sort of work comes more in Indian henna. So.
And it almost looks like you said, toothpaste, almost brown toothpaste, just laying on top of her arm.
Yeah.
Amanda, does it feel?
No, it
like
feels
anything?
fine.
Okay,
kind of tickles a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, and it's a little bit cool as well.
Yeah.
Like you'll notice temperature-wise that it's a little cool.
And is it starting to set into her, I guess, into her skin, into her pores already?
It is already. If I were to, when I was first practicing, I mentioned we have that family friend from Malaysia, she let me practice on her, and I did a little design that took about 5 minutes, and she wiped it off, and you could already just see where it had set. Just a tiny, tiny bit it had set on her skin.
Well, how long do henna tattoos last once they are on your skin?
Yeah, once they're on, they'll last for up to a month, depending on where they are. The one on my hand probably won't last more than 2 weeks, just because we wash our hands a lot, or at least I hope we do. And so some of those don't last as long because you're washing them a lot.
Sure.
But the olive oil regimen helps to get them to last a little longer.
So what does the olive oil do? You put it on top and it...
Yeah, it's more of a barrier type of thing. So it doesn't actually do anything to your skin. It just provides a nice little barrier between your skin and any moisture. And so as you're showering, as you're washing your hands and stuff like that, it doesn't get into the henna.
So let's say Amanda really doesn't like the design after you're finished.
She hates
it? Can she get rid of this henna tattoo faster than...
I have this this soap that I carry around with me called lava soap, and it's adequately named, I think, because it really does just anything that's on your skin, it just gets rid of. So I find for henna, because henna does set pretty deep and it'll last a little while, it won't get rid of all of it, but it'll at least make the process a little bit faster if you wash your hands with lava soap instead of regular soap.
And so how expensive are those tubes that you're using?
They're not very expensive at all, actually. You can get 10 of these for like 20 bucks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
and
not
so
too expensive.
are they readily, you get it from Malaysia, but are they readily available anywhere in the United States?
Yeah, there are some little stores will carry henna, and they'll carry them in tubes like this. Gita is a really popular brand of henna that you can find in a lot of little shops and stuff like that. I want to even say that one of the little multicultural shops in town here, the name escapes me at the moment, but I think they might even carry henna.
Well, what about, you know, I was doing a little bit of research on this, and you can have allergic reactions to henna.
You can, yeah.
And they say, you know, kids shouldn't get it done.
Yeah.
Are there bad batches of henna?
There's something called black henna that some people will talk about and say, oh, it lasts longer, or you'll get a deeper color. And black henna is really dangerous because it's not really henna. It's henna that someone has added chemicals to, or things that are supposed to deepen the color and make it last longer. And the downside of that is you have an increased chance of allergic reactions, and they can actually burn your skin.
All right,
So,
really quickly, what should somebody do if they want to start getting into henna artistry like you have?
If you want to, get a friend from Malaysia. No, look online and just, you know, investigate different sorts of like reviews on different henna products and stuff like that. The brand name of this one, if people wanted to look for it, is Neha, N-E-H-A,
All right.
N-E-H-A, and I really like it, and it does a good job.
Well,
so
Natasha, thank you so much for coming on. That looks
you.
awesome. I
There
hope
you
you
go.
like it, Amanda. All right, thanks for coming on the show.